As we mark the 170th milestone of the YMCA of Greater Cleveland, we reflect not just on our enduring legacy, but on our steadfast commitment to driving social change. Since our inception in 1854, we have stood as a beacon of hope and progress, navigating the tides of history to serve our community. From the bustling streets of downtown to the quiet neighborhoods that dot the landscape, the YMCA has been a cornerstone of support, nurturing the spirits, minds, and bodies of generations past, present, and future. Hello, I'm Tim Hilk, the President and CEO of the YMCA of Greater Cleveland. As we embark on this journey through time, we invite you to join us celebrating our longevity and our resilience in the face of change. From the abolitionist movements of the 19th century to the civil rights struggles of the 20th, the YMCA has been a catalyst for progress, a safe harbor for those seeking refuge, and a driver of community cohesion. Join us as we explore our rich history and the pivotal role we've played in shaping the fabric of Greater Cleveland for the past 170 years. Today, I'm joined by YMCA of Greater Cleveland Board incoming chair, LaRese Purnell. LaRese has his own Y story I have asked him to share with us.
It is so apropos just to be sitting here. I'm sitting here at 2200 on Prospect, and literally it's bringing back memories. You know how sometimes you can hear an old song and it takes you back, and a lot of you guys can remember where you were at that time. And I can just remember catching either the 14, the 15, or the 19, depending on what family member I was at, to come down to this YMCA every Saturday. It became a tradition. But what was so profound was it was a tradition that saved my life, because Saturday in our neighborhoods is when kids were out of school, when kids got in trouble, or when they went in the wrong direction. So I was able to come down here. I was able to learn how to box. Right here, I would swim. I played basketball. They pushed me around because I was a little guy. I probably, was 110 pounds wet. But so they would bully me around the basketball court. But I remember how life-changing it was. And there's a saying that is, they'll be what they see. And for me, it was when I would come down here, when I was able to meet people that I didn't see every day. I would talk to attorneys. I would talk to physicians. I would talk to judges. I would talk to people that were really making impact in our community and believed in the vision and mission of the Y. And it was something that if I missed a Saturday, it would give me anxiety, because it was something, again, that would really fill me up. And because, again, just based on what I would see every day in my neighborhood, it was a total opposite what I would see in the Y. And from that point, I knew the Y would have a place in my heart for a lifetime. So I would just say the Y and the individuals, not just the Y, the members of the Y. Because that's what makes our institution a great institution that really makes social change within our community. And they were so impactful. And some of them to this day, I hear the names. They're still out, changing this community. And they were very impactful to my life, my family's life, because what they embedded in me then impacted people that they will never meet. So if you ask me what I remember about it, I remember walking through the front door and they knew my name. And I didn't realize how valuable my name was at a young age. But when I would walk through that door, if you ever remember that particular show, Cheers, when you walked in that bar, everybody screamed, "Norm!" So it was LaRese. And for me, that was exciting because it made me feel like I was somebody. So it made me feel like I was a part of a family outside of my family. And I can remember, I'm sitting here and it really gives me chills because, again, I remember getting off that bus and my mother trusted the mentor that I had in my life that would bring me here at that time. She trusted me to be able to get on the bus at a young age by myself. That was one thing. So if we talk about, really unpacking the memory, it was riding the RTA by myself throughout the city, and then getting here and then having to walk, over to this particular location. But again, it was all about the staff. It was all about the members. It was all about the programming that really impacted my life. If some organizations, if they leave our community today, a few years from now, people will forget they existed. And what I'm proud to say as a board member of the YMCA, if the Y did not exist in our community, we would miss them. Not in a few years, we would miss them in a few weeks because of all the thousands of lives that we impact. And for me, we are a part, we are a bridge, we're a connector to programming, to family and individuals' lives. Without the Y and organizations like the Y, our community will not be able to flourish, and build families. And that's what I'm about, because I grew up in a single parent household where I didn't have, a full family. And the Y is some people's families. It's some people escape to hope. An opportunity. It's a place where people can imagine what they don't see every day at another level. So again, as a board member, I feel that we have a responsibility in today's world to be that light of change. And when I see the Y, I see a light, a positive light that is impactful to our community.
Founded in 1854, the YMCA's initial mission was to serve the moral and spiritual needs of young men arriving in the rapidly growing city of Cleveland. This was a time of significant social change, with urbanization and industrialization leading to concerns about crime, poverty, and moral decay. The YMCA offered a safe haven for young men, providing them with educational opportunities, religious guidance, and healthy leisure activities. However, the Civil War nearly spelled the end of the YMCA. There were 240 YMCAs in the United States when the war started, but only 59 remained at war's end. Cleveland was among those who shut down their Y. But by that time, Cleveland's population had grown to 70,000, and there was enough demand for a Y that the institution was reborn in April of 1867. The Y once again focused its efforts on religious revivals and the reformation of the human character. In November of 1867, Henry Sherwin, founder of the Sherwin-Williams Company and a transformational volunteer leader of the Cleveland Y, created a community to help secure employment for members and other interested parties. A month later, the Y established a boarding house committee to help young men find suitable living arrangements. The Cleveland YMCA created the first railroad YMCA, which quickly spread across the nation. This type of Y focused on providing support and service to railroad workers. The Railroad YMCA offered lodging, recreational facilities, and educational programs specifically designed for the transient and often isolated lives of men working on the railroads. These facilities served as crucial support systems, prompting physical, mental, and spiritual well-being among railroad employees across the United States. The initiative reflected the YMCA's broader mission to strengthen communities and support individuals in need. In the early part of the 20th century, Cleveland became a major destination for immigrants. Driven in part by the Industrial Revolution, tens of thousands of Bohemians, Poles, Hungarians, Irish, Slovenians, and other immigrants arrived in Cleveland. Like every other American city, Cleveland was unprepared for the influx. Immigrants were frequently forced to live in squalids, cramped quarters with no toilets or running water. The Y responded by building bathhouses to promote cleanliness and enhance healthy living. It expanded its services to include English language classes, citizenship education, and cultural assimilation programs. It also helped establish branches in immigration neighborhoods, providing community centers and recreational activities. During times of war, the YMCA played a crucial role in supporting soldiers and their families. It provided soldiers' homes, canteens, USO-like services, and family assistance programs. After the wars, it helped veterans reintegrate into society through job training, housing assistance, and mental health services. Thousands of Cleveland YMCA members fought in the wars, and many more worked stateside. In addition, the Y helped raise millions of dollars to support soldiers and their families during the war years. Its innovative method of raising funds evolved into the modern United Way. The Cleveland Y was also addressing racial and religious divides. The Cedar Y branch reported in 1924 that of the 882 members, a majority were Black. It was described as a wonderful spirit of brotherhood between dark and white races and between Jews and Gentiles. While the Cleveland Y made some inroads in the areas of equality and civil rights in its early years, it became a more powerful force in the civil rights movements during this era. The Y desegregated its facilities, beginning in 1949, when the Glenville Y became the first unabashedly interracial branch in Cleveland. The Y helped organize voter registration drives in the Black community and offered leadership training programs for young African Americans. Perhaps the Cleveland Y's biggest contribution to social change in Greater Cleveland was in education. Sereno Peck Fenn was a pivotal figure in the 19th century whose commitment to education had a lasting impact on the community. As a successful businessman at Sherwin-Williams and a philanthropist, Fenn recognized the transformative power of education and dedicated significant resources to support it. He was also a legendary leader of the YMCA of Greater Cleveland, serving as its board chair for more than 30 years. His association with the Y was instrumental in advancing educational opportunities for the city's residents. Understanding the need for accessible higher education, especially for working adults, Fenn supported the creation of programs that catered to the practical and professional needs of students. He was a strong advocate for evening and vocational classes, which allowed individuals to pursue their education while balancing work and family responsibilities. The first iteration of his vision was the YMCA Technical College. YTech, as it was called, focused on providing practical and technical training to students. Established in the early 20th century, the college aimed to offer courses that would prepare individuals for skilled trades and technical professions, aligning with the YMCA's broader mission of promoting education, health, and community service. YTech evolved into a college offering a wider range of courses and studies. The YMCA of Greater Cleveland acknowledged Fenn's great contributions to education by naming its college Fenn College. Fenn College was instrumental in promoting higher education and vocational training in Cleveland. The focus on practical, accessible education laid the groundwork for the establishment and growth of Cleveland State University, founded in 1964. The commitment to serving the educational needs of the community, particularly working adults and those seeking to improve their professional skills, continues to be a central aspect of CSU's mission today. In the 1980s, Greater Cleveland, like many other urban areas in the United States, experienced a significant addiction problem, particularly concerning substance abuse, including drugs and alcohol. Community organizations like the YMCA of Greater Cleveland's Y-Haven program played a crucial role in providing support and services to individuals struggling with addiction during this challenging time. Y-Haven was established in 1993 as a collaboration between RY and the Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Services Board of Cuyahoga County. It was founded in response to the growing need for comprehensive support services for individuals experiencing homelessness and substance abuse issues. In its early years, Y-Haven primarily focused on providing shelter and basic support services to men experiencing homelessness and addiction. Over time, the program expanded its services to address the complex needs of its clients, including mental health treatment, job training, education, and transitional housing. Y-Haven has adapted its programs and services to meet the changing needs of both men and women across the community. This has included the development of specialized programs for specific populations, such as recidivism and individuals with co-occurring disorders. Throughout its history, Y-Haven has helped thousands of individuals overcome homelessness, addiction, and mental illness to rebuild their lives. Throughout its history, Y-Haven has helped thousands of individuals overcome homelessness, addiction, and mental illness to rebuild their lives. The program's success stories are a testament to the effectiveness of its holistic approach to recovery and support.
As we mark the 170th milestone of the YMCA of Greater Cleveland, we reflect not just on our enduring legacy, but on our steadfast commitment to driving social change. Since our inception in 1854, we have stood as a beacon of hope and progress, navigating the tides of history to serve our community. From the bustling streets of downtown to the quiet neighborhoods that dot the landscape, the YMCA has been a cornerstone of support, nurturing the spirits, minds, and bodies of generations past, present, and future. These are just a few examples of how the YMCA of Greater Cleveland has addressed social changes throughout our history. Today, the Y is a leader in addressing social changes and positively impacting our community. The YMCA's ability to evolve and remain relevant has been a key factor in our success and longevity. Thank you for taking the time today to learn about the Y's role in social change. Join us next time as we examine how the Y got involved in the wellness membership model.